Hi, I'm Phil Davis and welcome to the SPERO Car Project. This is my intro video and I'm going to be explaining the purpose of the project, what my hopes and plans are for the project, and how you can get involved with it too. It's going to be really great. So listen, ever since I was a little kid, I've wanted to make my own exotic sports car. I mean, I had posters of Lamborghinis and Ferraris. I loved these cars. I never planned on actually owning one, and I still don't. So I thought, well, why couldn't I make my own? And I want to be really clear about something from the get-go. I do not plan on making a high-performance sports car. I just want something that looks really cool. So when I drive around, people are just like, what is that? And I want it to be low and wide and just look neat. To me, cars, especially exotic cars, are one of the most beautiful forms of art we have on our planet. And I know some of you might be laughing at that, thinking, how can you even compare cars to artwork? But look, in my life, that's exactly what they are. And that's what's inspired me to make my own, the SPERO. I'm going to explain that name a little bit later. So let me tell you about the project. So what are the different stages or phases of this project? Well, phase one was I had to settle on a car. And that was easy for me. I wanted a car that looked fast, that was low, because to me, the lower it is, the better. And I'm already quite familiar with Toyota Celicas, so that's what I bought. I bought this lovely little 2000 Toyota Celica this year with the purpose or intention of turning it into the SPERO. And I'm going to show you just a little bit of a model here that I've created. Actually, let me get it. So what I did was I had a remote control Celica. It was a 1/10 scale, and I applied some modeling clay to it. And over the winter time, I'd sit down at the TV and watch a show while I let my hands do the molding kind of thing. You'll notice it's not complete and it's only on one side, but you can get an idea for what I'm shooting for. I want to widen the car. I want to have some fender flares or fender arches here. Make the hood a little bit different, but one of my favorite and key features is I'm actually going to remove the entire lift gate off the back, and I'm going to put a small plexiglass window right here so I can still see at the back. And I'm going to have some fun with some louvers of different types back here just to be creative. I'm not really sure what I want to do with the tail end of it just yet, and likewise I'm not sure what I want to do with the front grille. So I'm going to work on that stuff later. So like I said, step one, pick the car, buy the car. I did that. Step two, I need to lower the car and get the right rims on it so that I can then start fabricating the body. I did that too. So behind me here, and I'll show you with the camera in a second, I purchased, actually let me just get one. I purchased coil-over suspension. So with this suspension, I can lower the car 2 to 2.5 inches maximum if I want, and that's exactly what I want to do. It's already at 51.5 inches, the Celica, so if I can lower it 2 inches, plus the 1/2 inch that the bigger tires will have, I should get right to that magic 50-inch mark that's kind of my goal. I'd love it if I could get it at 49.5. That'd be sweet. And the other key feature which I've purchased is this right here. So this is an RTX Envy 18-inch. They're used. I should mention too with this project, and this is why I hope you guys get excited about it, okay? This car project is not about, it's not on Velocity Discovery Channel. I'm not a professional. I'm a high school biology teacher. I don't know what I'm doing. I really have no clue. I've watched lots of YouTube videos. I have a little bit of experience with mechanics, not very much. I have some bodywork experience because I couldn't really afford to take my van to a body man, so I did it myself. It turned out pretty good. So I know a little bit about body fill and sanding and different grits and all of that, the clear coats. That's going to come into play later in the project, of course. So I got the car, I've got the suspension, I've got the rims and tires. All of those put together and my budget's really low so far. So, in the next month, what I plan on doing, installing the suspension, the wheels with adapters, so I can widen the stance of the car, that's important. Then it gets fun, because that's when I'm going to remove the lift gate, and I'm going to start applying foam to the body of the car. I'm going to start carving that foam, and when it gets to right about where I think it looks right, then I'm going to have to purchase buckets of modeling clay so that I can put on top of that foam and I can get right down to a nice smooth finish. Then I'm going to fiberglass that. Then I'm going to remove the fiberglass inside of it, remove that, and then I'm going to attach that to the car. The final step will be choosing whether to paint the car. I think I'm actually going to go with either a vinyl wrap or a plasti dip. And I've got some experience plasti dipping, and it's a great product. We'll talk about that in a different video too. So, if you can't tell, I'm really excited. I'm really pumped to do this. And I'm making the video because this project isn't just about me trying to make a car from scratch. I want to share this with you. Maybe there's a project you've always wanted to do, and you don't have that spark to just kind of drive you to do it. Maybe you're scared, you can't do it, or you're going to fail. Maybe it's money holding you back. And I'll be completely honest, money has held me back for a long time. This car, I'm going to tell you, it was $250. $250. The engine needs replacing, but I didn't care about the engine, I just needed the body. And the body's great. The rims and tires, $450. The suspension was around $400 as well. So you add that up, and I don't have a lot in the game at the moment, okay? And I don't really have extra money to spend on this project, which brings me to my next part of the video. There's 4 ways that you can help if you'd like to. Number 1, you can just share the video. You can like it, share it, and say, hey, look what this guy's doing. You know, if you know anybody who'd be interested in this kind of a video, please share it with them. Number 2, you can buy a t-shirt. Now, I wanted to have on the t-shirt today, but it's currently being made this weekend, so I don't have it yet. I will post a picture right here of what it looks like. It's a really cool design. I'll talk about the logo in a later video. I did design the logo, but it's based off of an ancient symbol, so I can't claim credit for that. I just modified that ancient symbol, and I gave it to a friend of mine who's a graphic artist, and he made this beautiful concept for the t-shirt. So the t-shirts will be for sale very soon, and I'll give you instructions. I'm going to make a video just about the t-shirts. Hopefully I can keep the price very reasonable. They are going to be handmade. We'll see how that works out. So that's the second way you can support me. The third way is actually kind of cool too, because I didn't want to start a crowdfunding site like Indiegogo, GoFundMe, or even Patreon, things like that. But I wanted to give people the opportunity to support the project without investing a lot of money. So here's what I've done. I've started I've linked up with a site called buymeacoffee.com, okay? And it's a really simple platform. If you follow the link in the description that says buy me a coffee, that's all it is. You're not actually buying me a coffee, you're making a donation to the project. And so if you buy 1 coffee, that's $5. Now I know what you might be thinking, Phil, I've never paid $5 for a coffee ever. And I understand that. When I set it up, it just automatically chose the $5, and I thought I would leave it at that instead of trying to change it to 3 or 4. So you're not buying me a coffee, and listen, I'm not going to use the money to buy a coffee. Don't misunderstand how the website works. I don't even buy coffee. It's going towards this car, so it's going to help pay for the parts that are coming up. So far, this is paid for, okay? Where I need extra money will be the adapters, the foam, the clay. I think that's going to be pricey, and then the fiberglassing will finish the kit altogether. If things go really, really good, I'll make more of these, and I can sell them too. And that's the pie in the sky dream. I don't know if it's going to turn out good enough that I could do that, but man, I'd be so excited if it could. How long is this all going to take? I think probably 2 or 3 years, maybe 10. I don't know. We're going to find out together. I said there were 4 ways you could support. So number 1, share the video. 2, you could buy a t-shirt. 3, you could just buy me a coffee, link below. And 4 is just with your words. So if you haven't noticed, in this day and age, there's a lot of negativity out there, and people call them trolls online. You don't need to tell me that I'm doing it wrong, or that I don't know what I'm doing, or that it's a stupid idea. But you can say things like, hey, way to go, man, go for it. I support you. You could say, hey, cool idea, I like the rims. Just anything positive like that. Or I hope you're successful, things like that. Really appreciate it. So that's the 4th way you could help support as well. And if I haven't mentioned yet, I should remind you, the project is called the SPERO Car Project, but sparrow is not the bird. Sparrow is a Latin word, S-P-E-R-O, and sparrow means I hope. And I find that the world needs hope. And so I hope I can complete this job, this project. I hope that it can inspire you or someone that you know to go out there and pursue their projects that they've always wanted to do but they never have. Mine's not a huge investment as far as finances go. Some projects are, people need to borrow $1 million or $50 million to create this new exotic car. I need a couple $1,000s to make this happen. If you want to help me, I'd love that. You can look forward to videos on every step of the way, okay? So I'm going to make a video of when I put the suspension in. I'm going to make a video of the installation of the rims, and then I'm going to make videos of the body work and all the rest of that on the car. So hopefully this is something you want to be a part of, and I look forward to making more videos. And you know what I really look forward to? Finally getting my hands on this car, because I've been holding off until I've made this video to even touch it. So the first thing I'm going to do is put it up and get that suspension on. Stay tuned.